Top Gun Maverick became the highest-earning movie of 2022 after overtaking Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. While talking about Tom Cruise's long list of past successes, this is the first movie in his career to cross the unique mark of $1 billion in global box office sales. Top Gun Maverick, which is basically a sequel of the original Top Gun of 1986, was planned for a release in 2019, but the dates were moved to 2020 due to production halts. When the pandemic happened, it allowed Paramount Pictures to push the release of the movie to 2021 and finally to May 2022. Despite the hurdles that haunted the release of the movie, it turns out the postponement may have been something Hollywood needed to encourage people to return to theaters in large numbers. The success of Top Gun Maverick for Tom Cruise and his fellow cast members shows that Paramount Pictures will set up a chain of new sequels that will explore the lives and challenges faced by the characters in the movie's Naval Fighter Weapons School. In addition to Cruise, Top Gun Maverick also brings a lot of young new acting talent, led by Miles Teller. It's hard to imagine Tom Cruise wouldn't stick around for the new sequels in some power, but if not, franchise newcomers like Jon Hamm, Monica Barbero, Glenn Powell, and Jay Ellis could turn Top Gun into an ensemble, long-running series of movies and Fast and Furious in the sky. The movie's characters even come with handy nicknames, which could pursue Tom Cruise's Maverick handle as successive installment titles like Top Gun Phoenix or Top Gun Payback. Tom Cruise's longest-running movie series is none other than the Mission Impossible franchise, which kicked off in 1996. Since then, almost every movie in the series has either surpassed or just about matched the success of the previous installment. Paramount has two more Mission Impossible movies scheduled for release: Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 in 2023 and Part 2 in 2024. While the spy franchise has been a valid box office winner for the studio in the past, the next two movies can be the last thing in the series. This will set up Top Gun to become Cruise's new franchise that will focus on rolling stuff. Set 3 decades after LT Pete Mitchell and LT Tom Kazansky overcame their clash to save the SS Layton, Maverick sees the hero mustered back to the Naval Fighter Weapons School at Naval Air Station Miramar, aka Top Gun, to assemble a squad of talented young fighter pilots for a highly dangerous attack on a heavily fortified uranium refinery. Maverick's unorthodox method of teaching, along with his tendency for disobeying orders, puts him at odds. However, Maverick's biggest challenge isn't the upper brass or the mission ahead. It's guiding a tricky and tense relationship with LT Bradley Bradshaw, who is a stick jockey selected to train for the attack and the son of Maverick's former best friend, LTJG Nick Bradshaw. Kaczynski and Tom Cruise have prepared a series that not only stands on its own, but also gives additional weight and importance to the events of the original Top Gun, creating on Maverick's ongoing guilt and how that guilt dovetails with Rooster's animosity and fears. The sequel transforms Goose's death in Top Gun from a character-defining incident into a movie universe-defining monument. Kaczynski links this through line with tricky and sensitive moments that lean on a creative stable of actors and unspoken sentiment instead of heavy-handed dialogue to remind audiences about the past events and ignite current tensions. Revisiting Maverick after 2 decades, Cruise inserts new layers into his iconic pilot, drafting an arc for the character that is truer to Maverick than where Top Gun actually left him. In the sequel, the hero may be older, but he stays just as competent, and Cruise weighs him down with regret rather than too old for those cliches that similar stories usually build on. Maverick's drawback isn't a reckless desire to be seen as the best or arrogance in the face of authority. Instead of that, he's defined by a life of choices and avoidances that have left him with nothing beyond a love of flying. With no other option than to slow down and welcome his vulnerability, Tom Cruise has become great at expressing vulnerability, as he was at pitching cool back in 1986. Top Gun Maverick takes a lot from its predecessor, and while fans may find a new things to hew too closely to the original, the movie manages to bind an extremely difficult set of challenges. It's also framed within an exciting mission and high-flying action. Fans have waited 3 decades to see the return of Maverick, and thanks to an all-around great growth of the series, its mythology and characters, it's easy to imagine that fans won't be as patient if they have to wait another 30 years for Tom Cruise to climb back into the cockpit. What are your thoughts on a Top Gun sequel? Let us know in the comment section below. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. See you soon. Thanks for watching.